Greetings, geeks and geek girls. It is me. I am back. For those of you tuning in for the first time or might not know, I'm usually more excited and louder than this. But given the fact that it's like 1 a.m. when I'm recording, 30 I guess, I can't be too loud. So this is what you get. Softened excitement. We're here today to talk about Castle Rock. So, without further ado, let's delve right in. And of course, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it, because it's really good. And then come back here and tell me what you think in the comments below. Oh my god. How do I do this? So, we pick up kind of like the next day or so after last episode where Dennis, yes, Dennis, I finally got his name right. Too bad it's too late. Suddenly went on a killing spree and started killing all the guards. Well, looks like that might have been Bill's plan, because we still don't know his name, so I'm still calling him Bill Skarsgård, because that's the actor's name. So, Bill might have orchestrated this whole thing with Dennis, because now the whole world knows about it, and he's free. If we get some info, if you can hear that, sorry, that's old man Mac. Right as I say that, it stops. But Bill is now free, but he has no place to go. He's taken to a mental facility by Henry, and Henry's like, yeah, I'm leaving him with you, and she's like, no, you can't do that. We've got him, babe. He's not insane, because he knows it. He seems to they give him all the tests, insanity memory tests, and he passed them. So they're like, he just has amnesia, so we can't really keep him, but I know a place that I could pull a few strings, but it'll be a couple days. Enter Molly, the real estate friend, who clearly does not have The Shining, because they still have yet to say it. She picks them up and takes them to her office, I think, and the attic of her office, and he stays there for the night. But in some wickedness, he wanders off and wanders inside this house. This family that seems very happy. They're celebrating their older son's birthday. And they immediately start arguing to the point where it's clear one or more people died. And then we get to the next day, and Jane Levy, Jackie Torrance, is there. And she runs into a naked Bill. And that really got me fearful. Like, A, is he somehow gonna touch her and make her crazy? Or B, is he gonna touch her and she'll be like enthralled and then they'll do the naked shuffle? But luckily none of that happened. Apparently she got a eye. Which is typical of a Jane Levy character. And she revealed to him that her real name isn't Jackie. I think it's Dolores. But she took the name of her uncle's wife, her aunt, to piss off her parents, because her parents won't talk about what happened with her uncle, where her uncle tried to kill his whole family. So that kind of gives you how she's connected to the Torrance family of The Shining. So that's cool. And I kind of sort of called it. Ooh. Like I said, softened excitement. And so he ends up on top of a building looking like he's gonna fall. And so she's like, oh shit, calls Molly. It's like, yeah, that dude you had in your office. And so Molly starts talking with him, trying to like talk him off the edge. He's saying stuff like, I shouldn't be here, I should be back in the hole. And then her shining kicks in and she connects with him and feels something. And it's like, oh. So we later find out that what she felt was that he isn't right. That through him, she can hear everyone's fear. Like everyone. So he's like an evil shining person. Which I don't know if it's completely on him. But nature nurture thing, I don't know. But because they hint that it might be something like that later on. But anyway, so she gives him a Xanax apparently. Takes him to Henry. And Henry she tries to tell him about her shining again, give him proof, which includes revealing to us, the audience, a fact that she shouldn't even know, that Henry has a son. Which that totally won't come into play later. Totally. But yeah, so meanwhile, because I'm going to move around some. Going back. Meanwhile, while all this has been going on, well, Henry has been dealing with the fact that he's apparently got tendonitis or something, where he's got a painful ringing in his right ear. And I'm wondering now if he's got a different version of The Shining. Because if I'm not mistaken, in the book universe, not the movies, the book, there are different types of shiners. And I think he might be a different type of shiner. No clue what yet, but... So he's a little distracted, but still, his mom pulls a mom move and forces him to go see Alan's speech, because the sheriff, Alan, is apparently giving a speech about his work, and they're giving him a bridge, naming a bridge after him. But meanwhile, the the mom, Sissy Spacek, Henry's mom, is on is in the audience, and she sees a dog, a Rottweiler, I think. I'm not the best with dog breeds. And it starts getting like rough. Did not excuse me, and also excuse me for the pun, because I didn't even mean it. The dog starts really getting angry, and then she stands on the bridge. Everyone calls to look at her, and she jumps off. But really cool is Henry runs over as she's standing on the ledge, and as she jumps, he's just like, okay, and goes over the ledge to save his mom. Which is pretty awesome. And in the hospital, Henry and Alan get to talking, and we find out more about their connection and how it's more loving than we initially thought. And that he actually genuinely cares for her, and that he loves her. We later find out that ever since Henry was a kid, he's loved her for 30 years, is what he said. And now that he's finally got her, she's slipping through his fingers. Because after a couple things, some that I've already said, we get to the end where Alan doesn't look right. He's drunk. He takes a wrench and undoes the placard to commemorate his bridge and throws the placard in the river. And looks like he's about to jump when he gets a ting on his phone, because Henry set up this thing, because he's like, if I'm not going to be able to put my mom in a home, I at least want to look over her and have it so that we can look over her. And have things saying that when doors are open, and he gets a ting on his phone, and it shows him that Bill is at their place. So he's like, fuck that. And so he gets in his car and runs over, and they have a talk. He goes full on stick on him, like saying, hey, fucker. And apparently back when the warden was kidnapping him, Alan pulled him over and let him go because he said that he had the devil in the trunk, and he was trying to trust his friend. And then, in an interesting twist of events, we find out that when he was kidnapped, he looks the same now. So you're like, what the fuck? And then Bill finally speaks with a gun to him and says, I can fix her, referring to Henry's mom, and says, you have no idea what's going on here, do you? And boom, it ends. Holy shit. This was really good, really suspenseful. I loved it. I don't know how much more detail I can get into to say that I really am enjoying this. It's super suspenseful. It's nice to see again a good horror TV show. And I don't want to go on too longer, so I'll end it there. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow, technically today, for the finale of Reverie, which looks to be a doozy. So, if you haven't seen that show, go watch it. It's not on the same level as this, but it still has its moments. But anyway, for realsies, I'm done. Thank you. for watching. Maybe think about commenting, liking, and subscribing if you're new. Sorry, but I gotta say that. But anyway, and I think a couple people have joined on because of this show. Or because of Wynonna Earp. But if you came for this show, thank you. If you're watching this, just in general, thank you. And for real, thank you for watching. Till next time, and beyond.